I'll just be a minute. I'm going getting a chocolate bar. I'll get some daylight as well on the subject. Subinject. Back in a more. There we go. I'm back. G'day, Ian. G'day, Mick. I just went going getting some chocky bars. Sunday treat with nice pints of diesel. Goes well. Is it after? Yeah, it's 1:40. We're well into the afternoon. I've just been to shop. I asked the girl behind counter. I said, "Can I have a Kit Kat chunky?" She said, "Yeah, the extra size one." I said, "No, I just want a normal Kit Kat chunky." And just like that, poof, bad from my local shop. It's all right. I've posted one to a couple of friends. I've not done it to him yet, mate. Because for some, I think it's too early. But there's a meme going round off me mates. And it's RRP George Foreman. And it's an open coffin with a grill plates on it. I thought, no, it's a bit early for some for that. I've sent it to me Royal Marine mates. Paras, things like that. They'll love it. So what's everybody up to? I'm just thinking of going into the back room and doing a long-awaited custom. A matchbox I've been planning for ages. I've got the wheels for it. You were missed the other night, mate. And you, Ian. Very you were missed. Yeah, it weren't too bad a night, but yeah, either that or I may do. I've got all my stuff now to do me back, but I've got Batman, Robin, the beacon, the windscreen. I've got all the stuff to do the back boat. Yeah, I understand it can take a bit to settle down, mate. I understand that. Like last night's live was good with Moz on YouTube. It weren't a bad stream. Did a car quiz, it was pretty good. If I did one, I'd have a lot trickier questions than that. A lot trickier. Although having said that, some that would have appeared easy questions were actually tricky and different to what you'd have thought. Mine knew sometimes. Or did you pop in and have a look? It was a good old quiz, really. The trouble I find no. It's one I avoid nowadays, Ian. What I found we buying from charity shops and buying spray cans and stuff, and the cheaper end of markets of paint, it's very variable quality, and some are not good quality at all. I've had a grey primer that bled out red dye into a white pearl I were applying over the top. It wasn't a good one. Getting it from a charity shop. It's hit and miss sometimes, charity shops here. Very hit and miss. Like if I buy some stuff, like if I bought a plastic kit, without checking it, I'd expect there's some to be missing, parts or whatever. I've worked in charity shops and you don't, well, not in the shops. I worked on the van, going round collecting donations and like furniture and stuff like that. Some of it's not good stuff. They bin a lot of it because it's not suitable for sale. Because I've had some good deals as well, though, don't get me wrong. I got Revel did a set of 3 Ferraris, like kits, and I got them for about, they were under a tenner for 3 Revel Ferrari kits. Outstanding value, because they were still bagged. I got an aircraft as well with it, and I can't remember. I got another kit with it, and I can't remember what it was. But I don't look in charity shops half as much as I used to. In fact, I'll be honest with you now, I avoid dealing with charity shops because what they do now, anything good that comes in, they filter it off and they'll put it onto eBay. Or sometimes they'll put it onto eBay and have it in the shop. But this is where a problem comes. Because you'll win the item on eBay and then they'll go, oh, we haven't got it, I can't find it. And all that, like it's disappeared. And I've said, no, you either haven't got, the item didn't finish bidding for how much you wanted for it, or you've sold it and not removed the listing. I said it's not available anymore. And I don't mess about now. I give them negative feedback. I don't piss around with them. You've got it. If you're putting stuff on an auction site, you can't have it on sale as well and then not remove the, well, you can't have it on sale full stop because you've got people putting on bids. You have to wait, and unless you've set a reserve, you can't then turn round and say, well, it didn't make what I wanted, I'm taking it off in a like fit of rage and stuff. I wanted it to make 15 quid and it's only made a fiver. You can't do that. You've got to set your limit that you want. You've got to be putting a reserve on. You can't knock people back just because you haven't earned what you wanted to. And that's why I won't deal with charity shops if they're on eBay now. If I see it's a charity shop, I ditch it and look somewhere else on eBay. Because the con merchants, a lot of them, they're old Dorises and that, and they don't, are old fellas, and they don't realise you can't behave like that on an auction site. It is not auction etiquette. So any of them that do it, I've done it on a few charity shops. I give one feedback one time. I said the lying bastard still had it. He just welched on the deal because he didn't make what he wanted to. And I left negative feedback. Because I don't like the bastards for doing it. I hate dishonesty. I'd rather go in. I'd rather go into the shop and just give 20 quid. The other day they were doing raffle tickets for my place. And it's for charity for patients. And I said, here, here's a fiver. I said, give us 2 lots of quid tickets and have 3 quid because I didn't put anything on in the last raffle. I had nothing to win or gain. I'd rather give money like that than be shafted. To be fair, mate, Ian, I don't think they would have. I think it's one of them that I think in the case of paint, you pay your money, you take your chance. Even if it was liquid, they may have put the wrong thinners with it and it's reacted with the paint. It'd still slosh about, but the paint could be divided from the thinners. Or There could be any numerous things wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, I bought second-hand paints off eBay, but I always think you pays your money, you takes your chance with second-hand paints. And there you make a valid point, Ian. They check all the ones that what people are asking for something, and it bears no relation to what the items are actually worth. I've seen some ridiculous prices on eBay. I've seen some absolutely stupid prices. And it's chances. One popular thing on eBay, you'll get people that'll, when the Airfix kits go in, they're only a couple of quid a kit or whatever. So they'll go in and buy about 5-10 Airfix kits. Then once they're not available in Aldi, they'll put them on eBay and they'll put them up to like 10 quid a kit. It's still cheaper than Airfix charges, but it's more money than what they paid for it. Aldi or Lidl. So they're making money, but they're chances. Like, that's why I see if the kit's available anywhere else, or if Aldi have any chance of getting it in. I think I've just about got everyone that Aldi. They put more or less the same kits out every time. You get an ME109, a Spitfire. What else is it they put out? They put out the Mary Rose. What else is it I've had? Trying to think which others I've had. Oh, Sherman Tank. They put out the Willis Jeep. They put out a very similar line every time because they know the ones that'll sell. And Britain has this mentality. Well, other countries probably have it. They have a mentality of the only plane they know is a Spitfire, or the only military Jeep they know is a Willis Jeep, or the only tank they know is a Tiger. And they'll go, oh, we'll go have a Spitfire. Or a Red Arrows. Nah, that's one they sell regular. Oh, Red Arrows. They'll buy that. Or a Tiger Moth. Now that Tiger Moth, that's an ace kit. And I'm going to struggle my way to building that, even with my shaky hands. Because its registration is AC/DC. And that's well worth a build. I'll put that in my cabinet. All right, see you later, mate. But that's the difference. That makes a difference if they told you that you can take it back and ask for your money back. And I would, because I'd say, hey, come on. You've told me it was brand new and unused. It's solid and all shit in it. Didn't you check? Said I asked if I could open it and you said no. I'd take it back and state all that and say, give me my money back. And I'd make sure it was when there was loads of people in to embarrass them enough into giving you your money back. I don't care if it's charity. They've got people if they want high street shops and to be trading on the high street, they've got to abide by the same rules as every other shops. Whether they're charity shops or not, they should be abiding by the same rules. And the number one rule is anything they sell has to be fit for the purpose they're selling it for. If paint's solid, it's not fit. End of. Good afternoon, Luke. Well, that's the rule, Ian. That's the rule number one. If a charity shop wants to be on the high street and sell on the high street, they have to abide by all the rules that the high street shops have to. And if they're selling solid paints, they've broken the number one, which is an item has to be fit for the purpose it is sold for. So if it's not meeting that requirement, money back. Not three bad. Eric, the fucking Northern Cat hide and seek champions turned up. I had a good search around living room for him this morning. He were in behind one of my couches. Little mofo. He'd been coming out and getting food, so I knew he were about somewhere. Yeah, it'll probably take a month or so for him to settle in. Even Eric, he's come up to me and rubbed on my legs. He's let me pet him and stuff. And he even runs off at nights. So it'll take him about a month to settle. He was coming out this morning when I put food out. And he was looking at it. He wanted to come to it. But he's like, fuck, I'm not going while that fat off's there. But yeah, they'll settle in eventually. Ernie just, sometimes he shows me teeth and hisses when I pet him. Like, which I like that in a Tom. To be fair, he's not actually attacked. He's not scratched or bitten or anything. He just threatens. Because I think really they're very soft cats and very timid. But he will warn. But he's anything that were thorough or nasty would have had you. I've been dripping when I used to work up at Catterick. I used to end up dripping blood half the time with some of Ferrell's fucking hell. What? You laugh your tits off at this, Luke. One lad I work with. I said, right, mate. I said, Danny, what I want you to do, I said, I've wrapped him in a towel, wrapped his legs up. I said, you've got to hold on to him like your life depends on it. Like teenage lad, Danny. And he goes, you're all right. And he grabs hold of it and he's holding it. And I grabbed its head, shoved the pill down its gob. Next thing you know, I turned round and the daft fucker must have released his grip. I turned round and I can hear his help! Help! And he's got a fucking cat wrapped round his head with claws dug in and he's screaming, help! Help! I was nearly fucking dying. Honestly. Bloody clamped to his face. It took me 10 minutes to get him to release his grip. The day after, there used to be this girl we worked with. She was a bonny girl. Nice girl. And I got on with her. She used to come to my house and we another one of the mates and we used to have a brew and a catch up and stuff. or a beer and a catch-up. And anyway, this day, Danny, same lad, he said to me. No, I said to him, I said, hey, you single lad. I said, do you not fancy Emma? He said, no. He said, tits are too big. Well, shit. I said, you've got a lot to learn, lad. And anyway, I saw Emma day after. I said, hey, Emma. And I told her we're at work on Cattery where we were. Well, it were an animal sanctuary. I were on dogs. Like she were on cats. And I said, hey, Emma. I said, Danny says you tit. I said, I asked him if he fancied a date with you. And he said, yeah. He said, no. He said, he don't fancy your tits are too big. She flew out the door and all I heard it was a Sunday, so there were people walking round and everything. People rounding about, old dears, like kids, everything. And Emma walks across the middle of the square, heading towards the unit Danny worked on, shouting, Danny, get here! I'm going to use your fucking head as a draining rod. I were inside dying laughing. Oh, she were a one, Emma. She was funny girl. Oh, God, some of stuff Another one she did. I don't think you'll remember it, Ian. It won't be your sort of music. But do you remember the Outsay Brothers, Lou? They did that record, Don't Stop Moving, Baby, You're the One That Drives Me Crazy. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Well, they got a stereo system. And they put tannoy speakers all round the animal sanctuary. They were round the kennels, the catteries, the stables. They were everywhere. And they used to say, right, you can put tapes on or you can put... They had the music centre in the house, the reception and everything. And they said, right, you can play what you want, lads, girls. Said, so you have a bit of music and everything, you can put radio on, an album or anything. One of the ones Emma put on, she put that one on the Outsay Brothers, and all the committee were old dears and old pensioners. And they going, I don't get this record. I like the way your pussy tastes. And they're talking about cats. And like, then somebody worked it out and he goes, Emma, get here, written warning. Yeah, she were absolutely belting girl, Emma. Loved her. You were never far off getting in trouble if young, were you? Yeah, I still have it. That was back in 1995. I still have her. Still have her on my Facebook now. And she's still an arsey girl and she still looks cracking in jobbers. Hi, Brian, you all right, lad? Yeah, I'll share a picture later of her in jobbers. Yeah, I think she's more mobile than me. I wouldn't be able to catch her, even if I did try chasing her. I've said all the people that weren't in were missed. It was like an exodus. People were missed. Here we go. See if I can find some me old school cap and a couple of nesting pigeons and shit like that. It's weird. I don't know how any of you feel when you try and do something, but it's weird when you look at a TV image, like on here now on my monitor, and it's the right way around rather than a mirror image. That is totally weird. There we go. I think I should get a brush and some gel. Get it under control a bit. Yeah. The live was good. They did like a car quiz. It was quite entertaining, like good bit of fun. It passed an hour or so. Cheered me up after work. That like threw me into a depression. Clips your wings, doesn't it, working for a living? It's all right for Luke. He can use it for his hobbies. In fact, there's fuck all at our place of any interest for me to use outside of work. I'm not that interested in using it in work, truth be known. Oh, hey up, just listening to a domestic dispute. Oh, go on, give it him. Yeah, it was good, Luke. It was, I enjoyed it. It was something different. Summary is, Martin, what he's doing is he's mounting up a load of it. He's photographing a load of images so people can. It's going to be a quiz on what diecast it is. And say he did that one. He'd photograph, say, just. Hang on, how do I move my hands? Just that corner or whatever. Just a corner of it, so you had to guess which diecast it was. Yeah, it can't be easy for you, Ian. Can't be easy caring for someone and ill yourself. At least at work I can go sick and say, I can go sick at work and say, fucking it's somebody else's problem. But you don't have that luxury. Is there no one that can do respite care for you? So you could have a weekend away or something, Ian? Just to have that little bit of a relax away from it. Don't get me wrong, I know you love your mum bits and you do anything for her. But is there nobody offering that service just for you? It can be a godsend even if you love people to say, okay, I need that weekend away where I don't have to worry about sorting her out. I don't have to worry about making tea. I don't have to worry about all the things you normally have to worry about. Somebody else takes care of it for you. You laugh. You'll have to put that matter forwards to Martin, Luke. Ain't getting involved. All I can tell you is what he's planning. I could do a car quiz, but it'd be a good deal trickier than that one last night. I know some umdingers. Yeah, you say that, Ian, but I know it sounds awful, but in Kerr there has to come a time for your own sanity and your own peace of mind and everything, and give you a chance to build your own batteries up, where you have a week away and do your own thing. I know your mum will be single-minded and stubborn, but it sounds awful. We have to say, look, as much as you love them, you have to say, look, Mum, I do it 24/7, 365. I need a weekend for myself occasionally. Because you're not a young lad either, Ian. Let's be honest, I'm not. And if they could get away with it, they'd have me in work as much as they could. Because they said to me the other day, I'm just blunt with it. They asked me if I wanted an extra shift. And I just said, fuck off, no. Do you not think I've done enough with... Do you not think I've done enough on the 13 hours I've done? In in 10 years, my total said, well, bar the 5 months for me motorcycle accident where I nearly lost my leg. Bar that, I've had about, what, 6 days off sick in 10 years. I'm not counting COVID because it was through working that I fucking got that. Yeah, I know, Ian, you say that. It's payback time and that. It's a good attitude to have, but at the same time, it's not selfish to expect one weekend a year to have your own breathing space. They were the old-fashioned ways of doing it, and you were family, and yeah, parents did that with the kids. They all did. Most parents do. But we had my granny at home with us, and she were a cantankerous old goat. And it were the old ways, but if you'd asked me parents if they wanted a weekend away, and they could have left carers or put her in, like there's some places, Llandudno, they used to do it. I don't know whether they still do. But they had a place, seafront, with carers, absolutely beautiful meals. They kept your eye on you. They had a bar. They had entertainments on every night. And we took lads I worked with there, and they had the option. They said, hey, like there's places like that. And they say, hey, if you need a break, leave them here. We've got our carers on site. You can go and have 5 hours, have a night out. We'll look after them for that 5 hours. Then when you come back, take off. There's places you can take them away like that on holiday land, doesn't it? We had them, one of the lads, Johnny, you were a fucker. He did an escape act one. And the girl who were looking after him, she'd run out of the room looking for me. She goes, Paul. I said, what? She said, I've lost Johnny. I said, don't doors a lot. Fuck, he'll turn up. Said, he's not going to go far. And she's searching everywhere, and you could hear his laugh because he had a right infectious laugh, and he was laughing because he had learning difficulties, non-verbal. But he had a wicked sense of humour. He were a great lad, and loads of people were scared of him. And he was the most harmless person you could meet. But he was laughing his head off. Anyway, this girl, she said, I found him eventually. I said, where were he? She said he was up playing with night watchman. And he said he was showing him tricks and everything and messing the night watchman. He was sat with him and he was laughing and everything and having a good time with him. And then Joe, the girl that was looking after him, turns the corner, comes round, he spots her, that she's come back, and he just goes, ugh. If there was ever a more outfit, shit, you've found me. But it was funny because one of the funniest things, he used to have me time. But I don't know whether you know, but that's in the industry we work in. Me time. Yeah, it's a symbol for something. And blessed, they were, because they have learning difficulties, you have to share a room with them. And Joanne, the girl in there, she said he were having me time, and I just went, blanket overhead. Don't want to know. Oh, laugh me head off. Some of the stuff. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah, but I'm not nagging you on subject. We'll change it, but that's my feelings, Ian. You deserve an hour or a day or two. An hour or so, a few hours, or you'll probably get out to shops by itself and stuff, but that's soon gone. You'd be getting away and having a couple of days and whatnot. Wind down. Because like you say, don't think for 1 minute you're turning your back on her, or not for 1 minute. But at the same time, there's not married kid, and you've got to have that time to have a bit of fun and, meet up with lads possible, or even if you book an hotel by yourself and just go fishing or do something for your son. It's not selfish when you're looking after them. Oh yeah, mate. Woohoo! You're doing some boxes, Brian. I might get a new printer for doing some decals again. Excellent. Yeah, I might. I think I need to get a new printer. I might get LaserJet next time for doing decals. Because I want to do stuff like, say, that van. I want to do like graffiti it and probably spray that panel silver. I've done it before and I worked it out well. It looked good. On one of my vans I did for 3 Blind Mice Challenge. I did an American panel van and I did it in a Pirates theme. And I used car reflective tape, holographic tape, holographic flake, and I used it. And I didn't have an airbrush for spraying it good. But since I've discovered Createx, they do hot rod sparkle. And it's very, very tiny. Prismatic flake. And it's absolutely beautiful. So that one, I may make a start on it this afternoon. And I'm thinking it may go 2-tone green and end up with hot rod sparkle on it. Should look nice, but it depends. I've got a few things to catch up with. I've got about 7 videos I'm halfway through for my model railway channel. Yeah, 100%, Ian. You've got to. If they want to have I don't care not if it's a charity shop or not. If they want to trade on the high street, and let's be honest, you don't get it much cheaper than you get it from stores nowadays. They have to abide by the same rules as a normal shop does. If they sell you an item, it has to be fair for the purpose they're selling it you for. And if paint's solid, it's not fit. A lot of people, if they prey on it, charity shops will bum them off with something bum and they won't come back because it's for charity. They'll go, oh, I can't claim it back, it's charity. Get the fuck, I'll claim it back. Charity or not. Because a lot of them know they're doing it. They're old dears and they're old guys, and I'll tell you this, they're smarter than you think. They play dumb, and a lot of time they've tried having you over on one for making money for charity. An interesting one. I buy a lot of figures off eBay, but a very interesting one for model railways, Brian, is a company called Model U. And what they do, you can sit for a scanning and you can get a figure of you And they'll do it in whatever scale. Like they'll do it in 148, 135th, double O, but they'll scan you. And there's so many figures they've done. They have a very impressive range up. But if you look at it, it's model, capital U. Hang on. Model, capital U. Hang on. That's it, U. You have to think it's job lot of double O figures. In what sense do you want double O figures? Because it's and double O. It depends what scale you want nowadays. Brian, it's very because model railway figures they can be very orientated to around the railway and like the biggest range, but it's 187th scale and not 167th, is Preiser, the German company. You can get away with them, and they have figures of all sorts. Preiser, German company, but they're not cheap then. But as well, there's so many people do their own figures now. I'd just put on, if you want 167 for cars and stuff, I'd do an eBay search and just put 167 figures. Because they do all sorts. Because people will do their own figures now, the resin printed ones, and they'll not just offer it in one scale. You'll go on and you'll say, I like this figure, or I like this set of figures. Then you'll give the option of changing scale. You can change to the scale you want. And then it's quite complex getting figures now. You have to search for what you want, but like for cars 143rd and 167th, if you put them scales in, because model cars are done in them, you get ranges like mechanics, racing spectators, drivers. You get all sorts. I don't know if I can do picture when you're doing a live. I don't know how you'd do it. What's that say? Share screen. Oh, hang on, share screen. That'd be. Just give me a minute. Yeah, share screen. I've had some. See, I bought some figures and I painted on some 167. And there's a photographer, some girls, there's some chaps. There's chaps on mobile phones. There's all sorts. And I painted them for putting around cars on my channel. I'd stand about 2 or 3 figures round a car while it were on the Wheel of Fortune or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'd do, Brian. I'd just because what you'll get for model railway figures will be very railway orientated. You'll have sitting passengers for in coaches. Like, where have I got? I've got a bag full here somewhere. Unless I've moved them somewhere now, probably. Oh no, they're still there. See, there are places that do stuff like these. You can buy bags of They're like cheap Chinese figures. They're 167, and they're all like, but the passengers and the very basic detail, they're all right painted. And then I've got a bag of resin sitting people there for in coaches and stuff. Like, they're unpainted, you have to paint them yourselves. But it's one of them things, figures. It's always worth searching and narrowing your searches down on eBay to search for the figures you want. Because I've had all sorts. But yeah, for model railways, you can get they're practically nothing, just put double O figures. And they sell packs of them for peanuts. Like, they're a bit low on detail, but some are already painted, but they're sketchy Chinese painted. Like, they probably paid Ding How £2 a week to sit there and paint them in his hut or whatever, I don't know. But my all-time recommendation, if you want special and really nice figures, is go to Model U. Because if you can visit them, I think they're a Northwest company, I'm not sure. But if you can visit them, they'll scan you and you can put yourself on there and it can scale the figure to what you want. 1/43rd, 1/35th. And it's not really dear. For the service he offers, it's quite reasonable. I'll just have a look for just give me a minute. Just give me 1 second. Can't believe they're not turning up in a Google Images search. They're really popular on. Oh, there we go. It's because I put it down wrong. I think this is putting me to their page. Yeah, I'll just get one of the example lots. So just for an example. Just go here and hang on. Try that now. Says share screen. No, it's not. It's not giving it me the one I've got. God damn. Right, let's try another one then. Yeah, that's there. I wonder if it'll let me share that screen though. Let's have a look. Get rid of that one. That one. No, unless. No, not letting me do it. I'll send you a link to I'll send you a link to But yeah, them model who they've got a very highly rated name on model railway scene. Catch you later, Brian. I've only come on for 2 minutes myself. I just got bored and wanted something to do while I had a pint. I'm going in model room, I think, after. I won't be on long myself now. I'll be disappearing, do a custom. I think that's favourite. I've got some wheels for it somewhere. But yeah, I think we're only doing a sporadic one anyway, because I felt like it. So I think I'll do a disappearer myself and say tatty pie, everybody, tatty pie. Hang on, where do we shut down? Ah, there we go, end stream. Wow, ladies.